Hello students, welcome back to the discussion on UPSC PYQ mains, and today we shall be discussing next question of art and culture from 2025 question paper. So let's start our discussion. Our question is, the sculptures filled the Chandela art form with the resilient vigor and breadth of life, and the keyword is to elucidate. See, the question is on Chandela art form, and to be very specific, the question is on the sculptures, that is one of the Chandela art form. So the question is asking, how these sculptures were related to these two properties, that is resilient vigor and breadth of life. So first of all, let's understand the meaning of these two terms. See, resilient vigor. See, if you are very good in Hindi, so you can read Hindi words also. So what does the question says? जीवन की व्यापकता और लचकदार ओज से भर दिया. So these are the two things. If you are very good in Hindi, you can understand. So let's understand the meaning of resilient vigor. So resilient vigor means something dynamic or something full of life. So even if these sculptures were made of stone, you can easily say that they are looking lively, something full of life. Okay, or you can say about energetic. They have energy. So these all things, or strength, they look very strong. So these things you can relate with resilient vigor. Now the second thing, that is the breadth of life. So breadth of life means all the usual activities which you do in your life. So for example, dancing, music, other routine activities. For example, temples or religious gatherings, or the usual activity of makeup and all these things. So these things are related to breadth of life. Means seeing the activities, you can say, okay, these activities are performed on daily basis. So here I will add the grooming or makeup things also. So now you have to look for the examples and points in Chandela sculptures which can define these two things. Because see, our directive is to elucidate. So it's not like you will just write 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the features of Chandela sculptures. No, you have to write these features and you will explain that how these features are going to explain the resilient vigor and breadth of life. Okay, so basically our body will be having two parts. In first part, you will explain some of the sculptures, some of the points which will explain the point resilient vigor. Resilient vigor. And the second dimension of the body will be those points which will explain the breadth of life. Okay. So basically, first point is asking that in what way you can say the sculptures are looking lifelike or lively. And second point is saying to describe the variety of life, that how these sculptures are showing various dimensions of life like dancing, music and other daily activities. So this is the main question. So this was the part of body, right? Now see, if the question is on Chandela art form, so easily you can write something about Chandela dynasty, right? And the very good example is of Khajuraho temples. So easily you can write an introduction, Chandela architecture is well known. Chandela architecture can be easily seen in Khajuraho group of temples. And now since you have decoded the question, so now you have other terms for resilient vigor and breadth of life. So instead of writing these terms in introduction, you can use the alternate. That means the Khajuraho group of temples built by Chandela were full of life, were full of dynamism, and they used to present the daily activities. Done with the introduction, very simple, right? Even if you don't know other important facts, you just clarify the question, break the question in simple parts and use it as introduction. Okay, and now coming to conclusion. So see, as we have already discussed in previous videos of art and culture, on any topic of art and culture, try to create its present significance or try to create its present relevance. So as you all know that Khajuraho group of temples are UNESCO World Heritage Site, right? So easily you can write they are UNESCO World Heritage Site, and through this we are able to see various art forms of ancient and medieval India. Okay, various art forms of medieval India. So in this way, you can provide the conclusion. So this will be your complete framework of the answer. Okay. Now let's discuss some of the points in brief, and then I will provide you time to write the answer also. Okay. So first of all, let's start with resilient vigor. Okay. So see, here what you have to show, here you have to show the dynamism, the lively features. Lively features. These all things you have to show. So see, very good examples are there. No, for example, if you have visited Khajuraho or you have seen the pictures, so you can easily see the Tribhanga posture. Tribhanga posture in these sculptures. So Tribhanga postures easily can show that no, even if their sculptures are made of stone, you can see that no, something is moving or no, some action is happening. So this can show the dynamism. Okay, and talking about no strength. So there are some hunting and war features also, and the body of hunters and warriors are very strong built. So in that way, you can say the resilient vigor. Also, there are many erotic scenes, erotic sculptures. So what does this erotic sculptures show? See, in erotic sculptures, you can easily see the Mithun couples. Please note this point, you can easily see the Mithun couples. So what the erotic scenes show? They show the emotion of sensuality. Okay, and these erotic scenes can represent the continuity of life. Continuity of life. Okay, so in these ways you can say that the sculptures are showing the resilient vigor, the dynamism, the strength, the lively-like features. Also, the sculptures are very finely carved, that no, there is fluidity. Easily you can see, for example, this is hand. So they are very finely carved, that no, some kind of fluidity can be seen in the sculptures. So you can easily say they are looking like they are moving, hands or legs are moving. So in this way, you can define the resilient vigor. Now, coming to the second point, that is the breadth of life. Breadth of life, basically the daily activities, your emotions, the love, the war, dancing, music. You have to provide the examples. See, the keyword is to elucidate. You have to provide the examples, and remember 2-3 very good examples, like the Lakshman temple. See, it's not like you have to read everything, that in Lakshman temple these features were there, in Kanhariya Mahadev temple these features were there. No, remember the features in general and just put the name of temple, because in Khajuraho group of temples any of these features will be there. Okay, so mention Lakshman temple, mention Kanhariya Mahadev temple, because the directive is to elucidate. Now let's discuss the various daily activities. So see, in these sculptures you can easily see the dancing and music. These you can easily see. So what is the emotion here? You can easily see the cheerful dancing apsaras and musicians. Okay, what other things you can see? You can see the emotion of devotion, because the temples are represented in the sculptures. Okay, what else you can see? You can see apsaras doing makeup. There is very famous sculpture, the apsara is applying kajal in her eyes. So this is very good example of breadth of life, the daily activities. So apsaras are adjusting their anklets, they are applying kajal in their eyes. So it is very good example of all these things. Also, please mention the erotic sculptures here also, because erotic sculptures are showing what kind of emotion? They are showing sensuality. Okay, so in this way you can say, see, we discussed both these things, right? So finally you can say that all these sculptures of Khajuraho group of temple, so they are presenting the 4 goals of human life, that is dharma, artha, kama and moksha. You can write this in conclusion also. Why dharma? Because temple was represented there, right? Why artha? That is economic activity, because there people are shown doing construction activities and other economic activities. Why kama? Because erotic scenes were presented by the use of Mithun couples. So this is Kama. So it represents that Kama is very important part of human life because it shows fertility and continuity of human life. And finally, the Moksha. So see, you can see a very good example. A temple is represented in these sculptures, and the three walls of temples show Dharma, Artha and Kama. And when you take one revolution of this temple and you enter the temple, that is the final Moksha. So in this way, you can say that Chandela group of architecture, they show all the four goals of human life. That is Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. So in this way, you can write your answer. Now please pause the video for 7 minutes, write your answer, and then we shall be discussing the answer in brief. Let's start. So see, in introduction, see if the topic is on Chandela architecture, then anyway you have to mention Khajuraho group of temples, right? So in this way you can write. And see, the introduction is also saying dynamism and lifelike expression. See, the keywords, main keywords were resilient, vigor and breadth of life. But since you clarified, since now you have more keywords, you understood the meaning. So now I have used the substitution, dynamism and lifelike expression. Okay. Now coming to the resilient vigor, as we have discussed, dynamic poses, the Tribhanga posture, Apsaras adjusting their anklets in Khajuraho group of temples. So it shows, it looks like something is moving, something is doing some activity. Second is sense of movement. So in sense of movement also you can say that dancing figures are shown. So you can easily say that something is moving. Coming to strong body contours. So as we have already discussed, that the warriors had very strong build. So in that way you can say that it's the resilient vigor. So it shows the strength also. So the warriors had very strong body contour. Coming to the energetic sensuality, which I have already discussed about the Mithun couples. So basically, in this section, you have to focus on alive features, flexible body movement, vigorous and not stiff or static. So basically, you have to show how you can say that sculptures are moving or sculptures are flexible. Now, coming to the second point, that is the breadth of life or diversity in human life. So everyday life scenes I have already discussed, women applying kohl or kajal, grooming their hair, playing the musical instruments, okay, the musicians, the dancers, or now we can discuss about the emotions also. So we have discussed about the emotion of devotion, that is devotees in prayer. You can discuss about the affectionate couples, again Mithun couples you can mention. Okay, now some of the secular themes like the court scenes or community gatherings. These are the part of everyday human life. Okay, see, you can't remember all these things. I am just giving you an example so that even if you remember 50%, you can easily get marks in UPSC. Now coming to erotic sculptures, Mithun couples we have already discussed. So see, it is part of daily life only. So you have to mention this also. Now, finally, coming to the conclusion. So as I have already discussed that UNESCO World Heritage Site, see, it is very simple conclusion. You can mention about UNESCO World Heritage Site, and as I have already discussed, you, if possible, provide the present meaning also, present relevance. So you can say, it is UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it will be very good tourist spot for the tourist, right? So it will generate revenue also. So it has economic significance also. So it's not like you have to remember the conclusion specifically and you have to by heart it. Just see what type of question is that and just write any of the present conclusion. That's it. Okay, so that's it for this question. Thank you.